Yeah, I mean, I feel like one of the unfortunate themes of the year was just all the cuts that came down from the federal government. I mean, SNAP was definitely the biggest one because that affected so many families. So much fear of whether they can afford to put food on their table or afford rent, had to figure out which one they could do. Obviously there was a lot of other cuts. I mean, I feel like half the stories I wrote about were, some funds getting cut, so projects couldn't go through, the Job Corps program, all these other things. In the schools and healthcare, there were so many things. So I think, it kind of all culminated for the SNAP program because people were like, well, this is something I can help. This is something I can, at least volunteer some of my time, donate some money to help those in need because, there was so many people affected by so many different cuts this year. So I think especially around the holidays too, seeing the March for the Food Bank and how much it raised and, all these other local and state organizations come together with food drives. It was definitely nice to see the community come together for this SNAP pause.
Yeah. That really, what really hit home with me about that too is when I started as managing editor, I went with Tyler to the Holyoke. There was a press conference, and Mayor Joshua Garcia, had just all of his department heads. It was just like that. I feel like that's when it really hit because they were just the seriousness in which they took the situation. And Holyoke was one of our communities that I think was hit the hardest. Them in Springfield. That was a really sobering press conference. I'm sure you felt the same way, Tyler, when you were there.